Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden NFL 23 offensive plays video breakdown, we're going to take a look at press man beater with base align on. So what this one's going to be about, I want to show you a play that with the use of motion gets the inside receiver wide open, and that's only against base align. Now there is another option. If they don't have base align on, there'll be another option you can throw to. So we're going to talk about that in the video breakdown. The play that we're going to use is called gun tight drive corner, and you'll find this particular play out of these playbooks, which is the 49ers, the Bills, Commanders, Giants, Jets, and Lions. And for the video breakdown, we're going to go ahead and use the Bills playbook. Here is what the play looks like as far as the drive under from the gun tight formation looks like as you look at your screen there. And I want you guys to look at it right off the bat here. One of the things I wanted to show is this guy right here. Now, the formation I'm using here is the nickel triple, and the name of the defense I'm going to use is that nickel blitz 1. It's a defense I just showed where I showed how to get some edge pressure on the quarterback with some adjustments. Now, I'm not going to make any adjustments, at least initially, with this defense, because I just want to show you what it'll look like if your opponent was to run this without doing anything. And then at the end of the video, as an added bonus, I'll go ahead and show you those same adjustments I made in the video breakdown, and I'll show you what happens with this particular defense and what it does against this particular play I'm about to show. Now, this particular play is actually pretty effective, not only against this defense, but against any kind of man coverage if they're in base align and if they call press man coverage. So again, I want you guys to look at this guy one more time. This is that corner. So I'm going to go ahead and call press man coverage right there. And you're going to notice he's going to come down and he's going to line up across from that receiver right there. This receiver right here, he's going to line up. So you got this guy lined up and man, cover. Sorry about that. It's covering man coverage on this guy right here. So you got man coverage right there as you look at it. Now, one of the things about this particular play, I'm going to show you something that happens when base line is on, but I'm going to go ahead and run this without doing anything at all. And this play, as I said, on the defensive side of things, this actually gets pretty quick pressure anyway, so you're going to be getting pretty quick heat on it anyway. So I was able to complete it, but not for a lot of yardage. Now, let's go ahead and run that same play again and go ahead and call press man coverage. This time, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and send this guy right here as you look at your screen. I'm going to send him in motion over here. Now you're going to notice when I send him in motion, this becomes a gun bunch formation. Basically, it's a gun bunch formation with a tight on the left side. This receiver now is lined up tight. This one, and then you got those three receivers over here as you look at it, all bunched up on this side over the field over there. So that's cool right there. But the main thing I want you guys to focus in on, when I motion that guy over, look what that corner does in base align. He goes to the outside. Now, if you hurry and quick snap it, such as what I'm about to do here, you can pick up something like that against that pretty quick. So if your opponent isn't paying attention to this, and he may not, or he may not, he may or may not. If he doesn't, then all you got to do is just quick snap this real quick. And again, that guy's going to go out to the outside. You just snap that ball. I hit the wrong button right there. But at any rate, you can see how open that receiver gets there. Actually hit the tight end on that. But at any rate, you guys can see right there, when you run this, how open that receiver gets. If you just snap the ball and you just make that throw right there, you can complete this for a nice gain right there. So that's one of the things I wanted to show with this one. If they got base line on and they fall asleep, hurry up, snap it, and you can get a quick play like that. Now, if they turn base line off, let's just go ahead and turn base line off here. Don't worry about that, because watch what happens this time when I motion this guy over. Now, he comes across this time with baseline turned off, but there's a catch to this. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and hot route this receiver as well over here. I like to put him on a streak if that corner follows me. Now this is against these nickel formations. A lot of guys like to run these nickel formations because a lot of good blitzes out of it. This is an opportunity for you to find another receiver open. Now I'm going to tell you right now, this receiver right here, the one I talked about earlier, the one I threw to earlier, isn't going to really be as open. But this receiver, watch what happens when I run this, and we'll go in instant replay. This is the other option you would have if that turns out that way. Now you got to have enough time to make that throw, but most of the time you will, as long as you make a step. Let me go into this again here, same setup here. So we're going to go ahead and motion this guy over. As long as you make this step to the right, and you see, say you watch the blitz when the ball snapped, and all of a sudden you see this guy coming off the edge. Well, then you're going to have to probably make a quick little adjustment if you want to have enough time to make this throw. There you go. And then you got that nice pickups. So that would be the other option to throw to if they call some type of nickel man type defense and you see that base line is off where that corner follows you, such as what I'm showing on the screen here. When you see that corner follow that receiver, now you're just looking to see if they're going to blitz or not. And if they blitz, then you really want to look for this receiver right here coming across because he's going to be open. You may have to sidestep a little bit, but you can pick up some positive yardage with that. So that's really what I wanted to go with this. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to go back into this nickel blitz one that I showed you guys the setup before on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in the hook curl, this guy and this right here. This is what we talked about in that video breakdown that I showed. And for this one, I'm just going to go QB contain. So basically, this is the same blitz that I showed earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and motion this guy over. Now, keep in mind, we're in base line right now at this very moment, as far as on the defensive side of things. I did not turn it off here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to motion this guy over. Watch the corner go to the outside here. He goes to the outside. So the problem with this is, watch what happens. He may not be quite as open as he was earlier. So that's why I wanted to show right there. I mean, there's a lot more congestion with that. So unless they start making adjustments on the defensive side of things, that player is going to be wide open. And the other thing I point out, let's go ahead and turn baseline off this time. Let's go ahead and turn baseline off and do the same setup that I showed earlier. So this defense actually is a pretty effective defense when they make the adjustments as far as on the defensive side of things to make it a little bit more effective, such as what I'm showing here. So again, I got baseline this time turned off. I'm going to go ahead and motion this guy over. And watch what happens this time. Now, remember, I had that other guy coming across. Remember, this receiver was open earlier when I sidestepped. This is the other option I would look to throw to. Well, against this defense, he might be, taken away. And there, fortunately, I was able to get it off. As long as that nickelback doesn't get in, then I'll have enough time to make that throw. But there's might be times where I'm not able to make that throw because that guy will get in. So that's what I wanted to show here. Let me run this one more time here. We'll switch off to this defender now. I'm not going to control anybody, but there you go right there. Same thing. So we're going to go ahead and motion this guy over one more time. But as you can see, this would be a defense that does a decent job as far as defending what I'm showing here, at least with the play initially I'm showing here. And then you're just looking to get that. And right there, I still got that guy open. So against that particular defense, for the most part, you might get that guy open. But watch for that nickelback still blitzing. But I can tell you right now that this receiver won't be open. This particular, when I say that receiver, this receiver here won't be as open if base of line is turned on, such as what I showed earlier. So let's do that one more time. So this time we're going to leave base of line on with press man coverage. We're going to go ahead and motion this guy over and go ahead and hot route that other receiver. And there's a guy motioning out as far as on the defensive side of things. So let me reset that real quick for you guys. And you can see right there, there's the setup right there. But this receiver may not be as open where I can make that throw right there. So that's what I wanted to point out there to you guys. So at any rate, that's it as far as with the setup. As far as this play, it definitely works against man coverage. For example, let's go ahead and go into one more defense real quick here. And let's run it from, let's get out of this one. Let's go into this defense right here. Another kind of a popular blitz you might see some guys run is this mid blitz 0 out of the 2-4 double mug. This is actually another blitz that gets some nice pressure. So let's go ahead and do that one. I just want to show you how this would work against that. And again, this is with base align turned on and press man coverage combo right there. So there you go with that. We're going to go ahead and motion this guy over, put that guy on a streak. And again, there's that same corner going out. Now this does the same thing against all these type of defenses. So again, you can just flip it in and you might get something like that where you get a big play. So I just want to point that out to you. Just look for that receiver. If you see that corner go to the outside, like I've been showing here, if you see that corner go to the outside and they got baseline on, then you might be able to make this quick bullet pass, such as I'm showing here, where you can complete right there. So at any rate, guys, this is something I just wanted to show. I thought maybe this is kind of a cool play that I felt that was definitely something that was worth showing here in the on the YouTube channel for Madden Guide. So guys, if you guys like the video breakdown, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you like it. If you got any other suggestions of plays you like to see, whether it be on offense or defense, or you're just looking for maybe some coverage tips or some other types of tips, that's great too. Just send me send a message on here or just give me a comment, or, you know, whatever you guys want to do to get a hold of me, that's great. And I'll try to get it out for you. So again, guys, thanks for watching the video breakdown.